In our last lesson, we looked at variables. Variables are containers that hold data. And for every data that is stored in a variable, we have types. So now we're going to talk about data types. I'm going to close this and I'll create a new file and call it DataTypes.py. Data types are very important in programming. Variables can store different types of data, and Python has a list of data types. For example, we have data types that are text-based. So text data types, which are strings, call them strings. String data type. Okay, let me just write something like, I am a Nigerian. And I'm going to put a comment above, just say string data type. So it's a string data type. It's in a quotation mark, it's in a quote, and whenever it's in a quote and we put in a variable, it's a string. We have numeric data type. Numeric data type. Numeric data types. And numeric data types, we have integers, we have floats, we have complex, but let's just keep it with integers and floats for now. So example of an integer, integer data type would be 100 or even 1. An example of a float data type would be 4.02. Okay, we have other data types like list, tuples, range, dictionary, sets, frozen sets, like sets and frozen, that they are set data type. We have Boolean types, and Boolean types can be, let's say, male. So if you're male, true. If you're not male, false. As you can see, the way I wrote the true, capital letter true, and then false is false. If you write true as in true, it won't work. All right. If we wanted to know the kind of data that is stored in this text variable, we could print type and then text. So I actually wrote the print statement type, which tells Python, check this variable to see what kind of type, what data type it is. So if I save that, I come to my Python variables, data types.py, press enter. It says it's a string, str, string. So if we change that and let's say we are checking what data type is this integer data type. If I clean this out and put this here and I run my script again, it says integer. If we do the same thing for float, I copy that, paste it here, save, run my script here, and the command in the terminal, it says float. It's a float data type. If we want to check what data type the male variable is holding, I can do that by writing type here and I run it. And so it says bool. All right, so let me write a print statement to print out all the data types. So I'm going to clean this one to print out all the data types for each of them. So print type text Also, let's print type integer data type. Let's also print the type for our variable, the float data type. And let's print finally the type for our mail variable. And so when we run the script in our terminal, Python data type, you see it prints out all the data types. So string, there's a string data type. Integer, there's an integer data type, like a numeric data type. There's a float data type, and then the mail is saying true, which is boolean, and it says there's a boolean data type.